All right, ready to show a few things off. So, talking about chart density, Oracle Apex. We have you log into the system. First thing you're going to have is, well, let's get rid of new data set here. So we're going to quickly rerun the install and get back to here, hit refresh. So I'm logged in as app at foo.com. That user is created in my app users file right here. It's using some of the values from this chart density config.sql. So I've got a test user and I have my test pass in there. We have a cards region here. We can click this to create a new data set. It will redirect us to a page. I'll show you how that's done. And that page will then trigger the new data set, and then eventually it'll display basically the data set settings. And this would be a default data set already set up, already going to have some metrics. You click that, you're going to basically go to the dashboard. So we're going to call that page data set. So if we go into Page Designer, you'll see we've got data set settings and data set and data sets. So data sets, all data sets. This is individual data set display, dashboard, whatever, and then data set settings is where we do the configuration for the data set. We just got placeholders here for now. So we try to keep this as simple as possible and segregate our UI view and UI code because in the past I have made changes and then I got to go searching in the UI for things, and it can be very hard. So we've got a cards region. We have an action called full card on our cards region. Let's look at the data source. If you see, we're selecting card title, card body, target page request header. Pretty clear what that is. Anybody seeing this should know exactly, where these things are going to show up. And we're selecting this from datasets page cards region, order by sort order. So that's a view, and we put that in a file called app UI views. It doesn't have to go there, but that's an easy place for me to find things. So I have app UI package and I have app UI views. And anything the UI is calling, other than K2 general utilities and stuff like that, we're trying to create an interface for. So our datasets page cards region, we inject a sort order so we can kind of sort these we'll say function cards as opposed to actual data sets. We've got some documentation in here, so we also know what's being done here, and we're doing some what we call magic to solve a problem. We are generating a random string which is going to have characters in it, so it's not going to be a number. And if it's not a number, that gives me an additional thing to know what I'm dealing with when when the dataset settings page is hit. So if you hit dataset settings with an ID, with a number, it's going to open the dataset config settings for that dataset. If it gets hit with a string, it's going to say, you want me to create a new dataset. I'm going to automatically create the dataset and then open it for you. And this is going to be the dataset key right here. So, so this is the kind of thing that I'll come back to and not remember why I did it. I tried to put enough detail here that if I ever come back, I'll know exactly how this works. So let's go back here and look at our full card action. So we're doing a redirect to a page in this application, and this is all using variables. So here we're hitting target page, that's from the view, and our request is being set to target page request header from the view. I think these all need to be uppercase to work, just FYI. So, and then there's this little sort order dealio, and that provides some other kind of sorting, but I do have a sort in the SQL query here. So we'll run that, and I'll show you what's going to happen. So we're going to hit this, and it's going to take me to the dataset settings page. This is going to be, it's just showing me the dataset key that it generated, And if I go look in my dataset tables, I should have that right there. So it created the new data set, and then it would display it here. So that's to do. We're going to get to that. Let me go back, hit refresh so you can see this, because it won't show up unless I hit refresh right now. And you see there's my new data set. If I want to go to a data set, I just click the data set, and now it takes me to the data set page, and it lets me know the ID that was ID 1. So that's all pretty simple. Let's look at the design there. We'll go to, nope, we'll go up. One more. Okay, so this is our dataset view, our dataset page alias, and what do we have in pre-rendering? I don't know what we have. This is dataset. This is going to be the actual dataset. So there's nothing here right now. There's nothing here. Let's go to the next page. Dataset settings. We do need to deal with that request header. So in pre-rendering, we have a process which needs a better name. And we're going to be executing our create dataset using the value of request, which is set. And we're only going to do that. Let's see, do we have any? Yeah. That is, I know there's a way to, sorry, dataset settings. I may not have put any restraints on it. So I think we're going to need a server-side condition. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a function body or expression. And what we're going to do is check the value of request. Hopefully we can get that. I did this before, so I have a workaround if I don't know. But we're going to check the value of request and see if it is, actually, you know what? We can do that right here. Yeah. So we'll add something in here where we're going to use argsql string is num y no. You can look in there. It returns a y, a little y or a little n, if we're dealing with a number. So we'll be able to check that there, and then not run this create dataset if it's a number. So, and then figure a few things out here. Anyway, kind of finished right here. So this isn't totally done. So that's what I've got so far. Just wanted to show how we're segregating some of the UI components. And so what I need to do is write some tests. So we need a app UI test that tests this. And that way, if I make any changes and then my test break here, I can be pretty confident I probably broke something on the UI side also. So that's to come too. So anyway, that's what we've done, and thanks for watching.